Dear students, I welcome you in this lecture on measures of central tendency. In this lecture, we will study Ogive curves. There are two types of Ogive curves which we will study. So first type of curve is called Ogive curve, or LCF curve, which is also called as less than Ogive curve. LCF means less than cumulative frequencies. So in less than Ogive curve or LCF curve, on x-axis upper limits of classes are plotted. Upper limits of classes are plotted. On y-axis, less than cumulative frequencies are plotted. So on y-axis, less than cumulative frequencies are plotted. Then all points are joined by smooth free-end curve to obtain LCF curve. LCF curve is also called as less than Ogive curve or less than Ogive curve. Let us see an example of less than Ogive curve. So, less than Ogive curve for group frequency distribution. This is an example of data type group frequency distribution. Here groups or classes are given. Groups or classes are given and their frequencies are given. Groups or classes or their frequencies are given. So, in group frequency distribution, first to draw less than Ogive curve, first we have to prepare less than cumulative frequency table. It consists of these columns: classes, upper limits, frequencies and less than cumulative frequencies. How less than cumulative frequencies are obtained? We have to go on adding frequencies from top to bottom. So, for example, how this 8 is obtained? So, 8 is obtained as 6 plus 2, that equals to 8. Then, let us see how the frequency 11 is obtained. So, it is 8 plus 3, that equals to 11. So, 8 plus 3 equals to 11. Then, 11 plus 8 equals to 19. So 11 plus 8 equals to 19 and so on. So in this way frequencies are obtained. Okay. Now for plotting LCF curve, we have to take upper limits of classes on x-axis. On x-axis we take upper limits of classes on x-axis, and on y-axis we take LCF. So on y-axis we take LCF. So the corresponding points will be here. If you see, the last point is 60 and 33. So this is point 60 and 33. Then second last point is 50 and 24. So this point is 50 and 24. Like this, we can obtain different points. This point is 30 and 11. It corresponds to this. The another point is 40 and 19. So it is 40 and 19. So in this way, LCF curve is obtained. It is also called as less than ogive curve. The second type of curve is GCF curve. The GCF curve is also called as more than ogive curve. So GCF curve is also called as more than ogive curve. So it is more than ogive curve. Then to obtain ogive curve on x-axis, we have to plot lower limits. So on x-axis, we have to plot lower limits. On x-axis, we have to plot lower limits. And on y-axis, we have to plot more than cumulative frequencies, that is GCF greater than cumulative frequencies, we have to plot on y-axis. Corresponding points are joined by freehand curve to obtain GCF curve. Let us see an example of this GCF curve. So to obtain GCF curve for this group frequency distribution, which consists of classes and frequencies, on x-axis we have to take lower limits. So what are lower limits for this? 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So these are lower limits: 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Then on y-axis we have to take upper limit. We have to take more than cumulative frequencies. So how more than cumulative frequencies are obtained? In order to obtain more than cumulative frequencies, we should go on adding frequencies from bottom to top. For example, write the last frequency as it is, 9 as it is. Then how 14 is obtained? To obtain 14, we have to add 9 and 5. So 9 plus 5 equals to 14. 9 plus 5 equals to 14. Then how 22 is obtained? 5, sorry, I mean how 22 is obtained? 22 is obtained as 14 plus 8 equals to 22. So 14 plus 8 equals to 22. How 25 is obtained? 25 is obtained as 22 plus 3 equals to 25. So 22 plus 3 equals to 25 and so on. In this way, all MCF are obtained, which is on y-axis. Okay. Now let us see the graph of GCF curve. So for GCF curve, lower limits of classes are plotted on x-axis. This is x-axis. Lower limits, and MCF is plotted, that is more than cumulative frequencies are plotted on y-axis. So this is the point 50 and 9. So lower limits and more than cumulative frequencies are plotted in this fashion, and it is a decreasing curve. GCF curve is also called as less than more than ogive curve. Okay, thank you.